Things are about to change and you're gonna love it. Hi, my name is Aurel, and in this series I'm going to share all the progress I made in the last month. I embarked on the road to 1 million in 1 year 4 months ago, and is the $1 million year? Doesn't seem like so, but I'll keep pushing. So from now on, in addition to sharing the progress I made with different projects, I will also share the books I read. I will shortly tell what each book is about, rank it, and mention the book of the month. In addition, I will share my personal journey and some personal stories related to that. So that's what we're going to talk about from now on. There are timestamps in the video for each of the things. So let's kick things off with my personal journey, starting with my meditation practice. Since the end of 2020, I've been meditating regularly, sometimes daily, sometimes less, and I set for 5 to 10 minutes. And at very rare times, I set for 15 to 20 minutes. On March this year, I hit a wall, a breaking point. I stopped meditating. Almost every time I sat down, I felt like maybe I'll skip this morning, maybe I'll do it in the evening. Every single time, the same thing. Even though I knew it improved my self-awareness and the way I deal with my emotions, it felt so hard forcing myself to sit down every time until last October, when I decided to give it another chance. In the beginning it was very hard, but ever since then I've been meditating every morning, and to be honest, it doesn't feel as bad as it felt before, and I don't have to force myself to do that. So what's the difference, you might ask? I believe it's the regularity. Before that I would sporadically meditate, maybe it was in the morning, sometimes during the day, sometimes in the evening, but in the last 2 months I've been meditating in the morning, first thing after I wake up. Every morning, same place, same pillow, and it feels almost like a habit by now. It improves my morning and it makes me feel a lot better after I finish. I highly recommend you to give it a go and you won't regret it. So let's move on to the book section. These are the books I finished this month. Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. He talks about entrepreneurship, sales, and storytelling, and it really opened my eyes to the way I tell my stories and how I share things. It's an incredible book and I would give it 9 out of 10. Second book, Ready Fire Aim by Michael Masterson. He mainly talks about how to grow a business from stage 1, which is 0 to 1 million revenue, to stage 4, which is 5 million plus. He explains what to do in each stage in order to grow to the next one, pitfalls to avoid, and things like that. I will share a PDF summarizing the book in the description below. I would give this book 8 out of 10. Third book, The Motive by Patrick Lencioni. He talks about what a leader should do and what being a CEO really means. It was very interesting and I would give it 5.5 out of 10. Fourth book, Be Useful by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold shares his life and lessons from it and tells us what he thinks we should do and should not do. It has some interesting and thought-provoking ideas, so I would give it 5.5 out of 10. The last book is What Everybody Is Saying by Joe Navarro. This book talks about non-verbal communication, how to read body language, and how to know the feelings of the other side, whether they're stressed, relaxed, happy, lying, etc. This book is very good and I would give it 9.5 out of 10. And this is also the book of the month. This is the first book I read on the subject and it was genuinely interesting. This is my reading list for next month. Predictable Revenue by Aaron Ross. 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. The Dictionary of Body Language by Joe Navarro. I Know What You're Thinking by Lillian Glass. And Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Moving on. Tell them about your Netflix binging as well. Don't hide it.
What?
Yes, almost 5 seasons of Young Sheldon in the last month. Impressive.
Get lost. Okay.
And 12 seasons of The Big Bang Theory in the last 3 months. But all in all, it's great. The content is valuable and entertaining. Leave a like and subscribe. It's worth it. He also plays video games with his friends once a week. The game's name is... Sorry about that. Now let's move on to my project, starting with the mobile game. So I released the game to a small group for testing, reviewing, general ideas and feedback. I improved the tutorial in the beginning, it's decently balanced and it's pretty fun. So far this is the feedback I got and I'm waiting for more of them to test it. I would also highly appreciate it if you could help me test the game and try it out yourself. If you wish to give it a go and you have an Android phone, there's a link in the description to download an APK. Waiting to hear your feedback and interesting ideas. Let's talk now about my YouTube progress. First 2 releases of the month were a blast. Over 600 views for that one and over 500 for this one. I also want to welcome my new 21 subscribers. Happy to see you here and I hope you will enjoy my weekly content. Let me know down in the comments below if there is any subject you would like me to talk about. I also bought a new camera, the Sony ZV-E10. As you can see, the quality is much better, so that's another big change for the channel. Let's move on to the new project I was talking about in the last video. So as I told you before, I'm working on this new website with this guy and I want to ask you a question. Have you ever thought, wow, if I had a cool and easy way to organize the books I read and get awesome suggestions for new reads, that would be amazing. No? Bummer. So anyway, the project is a website for book readers who love to keep count of what they read, keep important notes and more. After a lot of back and forth and reviews, we've finally set on a beautiful design. Release time is set to be mid-January, so I believe that before I upload my next update I will share a video about its release. Anton also started a tech book newsletter and I wrote the latest post, link in the description as well. So this was my update for last month. Again, thank you all for taking a part in my journey and following me. Let me know what you think about the new structure of these videos and I'll see you in the next one.